Well, there is an old saying, it's attributed to Mark Twain, and it goes like this. When I was 18, I thought my old man was the dumbest guy on earth. But by the time I turned 21, I was surprised at how much he had learned in such a short period of time. You know, most of us feel probably the same way at some point. But as we get bumped around by life a bit, we start realizing that some of the things that our fathers told us and taught us were pretty smart. On this Father's Day weekend, I reflect upon my own father, who died 25 years ago. The older I get, the smarter he seems to get in my way of thinking. Now, my dad never finished high school. Neither did my grandfather or my great-grandfather. In fact, no male upstream from me ever finished high school, much less went to college. But I realize that my father, like many in his generation, never let his lack of school get in the way of his education, which was mostly in the school of a challenging life, learning the lessons of hard work, common sense, and personal character. My dad was a fireman and a mechanic, and it took working hard at both of those jobs full time to keep the rent paid on our little rent house and be able to put food on the table. My dad didn't believe in borrowing money because he believed in paying for what we had, which wasn't that much. But no one ever had to come around and take it back or ask more than once. A couple of friends of mine were discussing their families one day. One was rich, one was poor, and the rich kid said, we have an antique chair at our house that goes back to Louis XIV. My friend who was poor said, yeah, we got a couch that goes back to Sears on the 15th. Big contrast there. Well, as I look back, I realized that the best thing my dad gave me wasn't a trust fund or a large plot of land or a collection of jewelry or art. What he gave me of real value was that he stuck around the entire time I was growing up. He gave me the greatest gift of being there so I could see what a man is supposed to be. 1 in 4 kids live in a home without a father around in America right now. And the results will shock you. Children from fatherless homes are 63% more likely to commit suicide, 90% more likely to be runaways, 85% more likely to have behavioral disorders, 71% more likely to drop out of school, 70% more likely to be in juvenile detention, 75% more likely to be involved in substance abuse, 75% more likely to be a rapist, 2 times more likely to be incarcerated. Our culture and the messages from movies and media may tell us that having a father around is just not that important. But boy, the facts tell a much different story. We need to stop telling the lie that marriage doesn't matter or that dads don't matter. Because being a father is more than being a biological sperm donor. It's playing catch in the backyard. It's showing up for dance recitals and Little League games and reading books at bedtime. It's making breakfast, going shopping for clothes, and going fishing. It's hugs and saying, I love you, first thing in the morning and last thing at night. It's putting Band-Aids on boo-boos, sitting with your kids in church on Sunday, and grilling hamburgers at your home on a kid's birthday. It's dressing up in silly costumes, and it's not getting mad when your favorite chair gets red Kool-Aid spilled on it, or when a baseball goes right through the window. Truth is, you can't buy your child enough stuff to make up for not being there. Because more than he or she needs a trip to Disney World or a new toy, a kid just needs a dad. One that shows up and stays. And truth is, we will do more to fix America's problems by having more dads than just having more dollars. Now look, Woody Allen is no role model, but he once said something about success that is absolutely true. He said 80% of success is just showing up. Well, none of us can be perfect dads, But the key to being successful at it is showing up. Now, if you're seeing this, I know you've enjoyed that video. I mean, how could you not, after all? So, you know what you should do? Leave a like, click on the subscribe button below, and hit the notification bell next to it so you'll always know when I have another video up for you to enjoy.